Niagara is scaling back on Pride events, canceling one of them, this owing to online threats. Let me start with you, Deb. I think this is probably the start of a pattern. I don't know what's going to happen at Toronto Pride, but they already admitted to us last week that CSIS had briefed them on possible security issues.
You know, I got to say, I'm interested to see what Jerry and Scott say. I'm very torn about this because on one hand, you know, I'm sort of in the damn the torpedoes, don't let anybody stop you. This is important. On the other hand, like, imagine if we had a significant incident at any of the Pride events, how devastating that would be. So, you know, the best I can say is be thoughtful organizers, be thoughtful police giving advice to organizers, and I guess at the end of the day, make the best decision you can. I really am torn about this.
Scott Reid, increasingly it seems we're yielding to haters. I mean, in Ottawa, they called off all the ceremonies associated with raising the Israeli flag because they thought it might become a target. Now we're calling off Pride events because people are menacing them.
Yeah, it bugs me, and I don't have a better answer. You can probably just take Deb's answer and press repeat, because I'm frustrated by the fact that when you cancel events, what you teach people who peddle hate and issue threats is that they can, in fact, get their way, that they can shut things down. And so I want those people to be proven wrong, not right. But on the other hand, if you're in the business of trying to secure that event, people's safety has got to come first, and so it's a hell of a thing.
Okay, Jerry Agar.
Speaking of someone who receives threats and has ever since I decided to go into, nobody threatens disc jockeys, really. But once you
I've thought about it a couple times.
Because they weren't playing the bands you wanted to hear.
Exactly.
All right. So, but once you get in the opinion game, it happens, and I've never failed to come to work because of it. You got to stand up to the bullies, and they should do that. I would like them to be a little more forthcoming, though, as to, well, what are the threats? What I mean, is it threats of death and violence, or are you reacting and being triggered by microaggressions? Like, I'd like to know what the level is.